Soyez savoir, we love Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
In this bulletin, MPs appear in court over abuse. PM launches new Oceans Action Plan. And SPCA lays blame on dog owners.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Atera Lendua.
Government Member of Parliament Vijendra Prakash has been released on bail by the Suva Magistrates Court. Prakash is charged with one count of giving false information to a public servant and one count of obtaining financial advantage. It is alleged that he obtained $33,670 in allowances from the Acting Secretary General to Parliament. The Fiji Independent Commission Against Corruption alleges that Prakash lied to the Parliament Secretariat about his residential address to obtain the travel and accommodation allowance. The court heard that Prakash had allegedly listed his address as Wainrandra in Naitasiri, whereas he actually lives in Omka Road, Narere. Prakash informed the court that he has a farm in Wunindawa and lives at both locations. The government MP has been bailed for a sum of $5,000, ordered not to reoffend and to surrender his travel documents to court. A stop departure order has also been issued against the MP. The matter will be called on January 25th. Meanwhile, SODELPA MPs Pedeli Vosanimbola and Charlotte Rondrondo will be produced in court at 2:30 for the same matter. As the world ventures to rebuilding from the consequences of COVID-19, Fijians must not turn a blind eye to climate issues and focus more on healing humanity and our oceans. Prime Minister Morenge Bainimarama made these comments while launching the Ocean's New Action Plan agenda together with 13 other countries in Suva this morning. Bainimarama says the Ocean Transformation document aims to strengthen commitment with 100% sustainable management of our ocean for our future generations at risk of being victims of climate change and ocean depletion.
But in many ways, and as hard as it is to see this now, the global oceanic emergency we face is even worse than COVID-19. Because while a pandemic of this scale or larger have come and gone, usually about once every century, climate change and the degradation of the ocean is causing damage that cannot be undone.
The Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals says attacks by dogs on humans stem from the treatment the animals receive from their owners. In recent time, we have had a spate of dog attacks, and most of the animals have proper owners. The SPCA says most dog owners do not know how to treat the animals. The association is calling on more awareness on people to learn how to treat their pets to help prevent the issue of dog attacks. Shelter manager Shanil Narayan says behavior of animals is determined by how they are treated, which can lead to violent attacks by these animals to humans if they aren't treated well.
Mostly you will notice the dog attacks is mostly owned dogs, not like stray dogs. People mostly end up blaming the stray dogs for attacks. But most of the time it's not the stray dogs. Stray dogs are actually scared of people and they'll run when they see people. It's mostly client-owned dogs which attack people.
Social Democratic Liberal Party President Ratu Apinisa Vakombao and Vice President Rotemu Mukepa led a delegation to visit Lemba Garase, widow of the late former Prime Minister Laisenia Garase. The visit was also to introduce the new SODELPA leader, William Ngawoka. This was Ngawoka's first official courtesy call as party leader, and he says SODELPA will continue to value Garase's contribution and he will remain a central figure to the party. Lemba Garase briefly shared the vision of the late former Prime Minister and his blueprint on the economic empowerment of the indigenous community. The Rendini Tui Kombudha also congratulated the executives and the new party leader, reaffirming her continued support for SODELPA. The Housing Ministry says higher lot allocation policy will ensure that lots in upgraded settlements are allocated in a transparent and fair manner. Permanent Secretary Sanjeeva Pereira says the main intention of their policy review is to ensure that the government housing assistance reaches low-income Fijians and not those who already own a property or can afford to buy one. Pereira says the policy will stop people from obtaining subsidized lots as a second property to prevent profiteering. He's revealed that in Waindamundamu settlement, people living elsewhere had rented out houses while others had sold houses illegally. The ministry plans to speak with residents of Waindamundamu on sections of the policy which are not clear to them. The Waindamundamu project is almost completed, and is one of the 3 projects already for lot allotment. The Fijian government is spending over $5.2 million on this upgrade project, which includes roads, drains, sewage, electricity and water supply. Up ahead, 4 pearls for Aussie team. And police football steps up Sukuna Bowl preparation.
Bula FM, number 2 NSR.
Bula FM, number 2 NSR.
Netball Fiji will draft some players from the Fiji Pearls extended squad to join the Northern Rays team in next year's Heart Sapphire series in Australia. After naming of the extended squad last month, the Pearls have taken a break for a few weeks before they head into camp later this month. Netball Fiji Secretary Lucy Rokura says they're working on selecting a national coach before the team marches into camp. In the meantime, Rokura says their main focus is getting 6 to 8 players to play in the Sapphire series.
We are hoping to regroup them again this December for a training camp because we now have an opportunity for 6 to 8 of our players being drafted into the Northern Rays team that will play in the Sapphire series in Australia next year.
A worry for the Sukuna Bowl police football team is the short recovery time their district players will have after coming back from the Fiji Fact finals. The police team is laced with district reps representing Rewa, Suva and Labasa this weekend. The players will only have 2 days to recover before the Sukuna Bowl football competition kicks off on Wednesday. Police Acting Deputy Commissioner Itindra Naya says this will be both an advantage and a setback for the defending champs.
3 teams in particular, we don't have anyone in Nandi. So the 3 teams of Lambasa, Suva and Rewa, we have a number of players from there, so they will be released there. So it's sort of in a way affecting our preparations. But then again, I believe in the fact that they'll be playing more, and I look forward to the combinations building for the team.
The senior football teams in the country will not be left out of major tournaments. Fiji Football Association Chief Executive Mohammed Yusuf says the success of the first President's Cup in the North last weekend was a testament that senior teams need more game time. Yusuf adds Vitilevu senior sides will get their chance to feature in the President's Cup.
The board decided that the senior players, apart from the senior Vodafone Senior League, they need more game time. So this is one avenue in a tournament. If it's in the north, the northern 6th place. If it's in Vitilevu, the 6th in Vitilevu will play simultaneously with either BOG or Fiji Fact.
The Suva Bowling Club will be host to its first Master Pairs tournament this weekend. The annual tournament is normally held at the Watukola Bowling Club, but due to the current pandemic, the Suva Bowling Club has put their hands up to host the event this year. Cakes 2000 has also stepped in to assist by donating $1,000 worth of sponsorship for the 2-day event. Suva Bowling Club President Samuela Tuikilinga says they're expecting a good round of competition from old and young bowlers alike.
So only the top bowlers in Fiji will be playing this weekend and playing pairs. And also I'd like to thank our sponsor. Without the sponsors nowadays, sports like bowls, which is a minor sport, hardly can host this kind of event.
A trough of low pressure slowly moving towards the group may provide some showers for the west and the rest of the country starting late tomorrow. That's FBC News Now. Join us again at 7 p.m. for our major bulletin. You need news you can trust. Get the facts from FBC's TV, radio, and digital news at fbcnews.com.fj, keeping Fijians connected with the truth. Good afternoon.
Bula FM, number 2 and
Bula FM number 2 and seri.